Good morning, royals. In today's video we are going to prune our petunias, our older variety petunias, because the older varieties do need pruning, but the newer varieties from proven winners don't need pruning. I prune those sometimes, but they don't really need pruning because they just push out their flowers. But for the older varieties, they definitely need some help. Yes, these white petunias that I bought from the hardware store, they are doing really good. They're pushing out a lot of blooms, and I think that's because I've been pruning them properly and fertilizing. We won't talk about fertilizing today. I'll do that on a separate video, but I will show you how to properly prune your petunias. All right, let's do it. Look how beautiful. Just a sea of blooms. Okay, so the first thing that you need to know when you are trying to prune your petunias is what a dead petunia looks like and what a flowering petunia looks like, okay? So let me give you an example of a dead petunia and a flowering. This right here is a dead petunia. It's old and shriveled. And this right here, this green flower, is a new petunia, okay? So dead, new, dead, new. Okay? So you do not want to prune your new petunias. These are new. Some people get this mistaken and think that, oh, that's a dead flower. No, that's a new flower. Let me show you another example. New petunia, new petunia, dead petunia. Okay, now I think y'all get the gist. Dying petunia, new petunia right in there. Okay, all right, so in order to get more blooms like these on your petunia plants, you are going to have to pinch back spent flowers, okay? So what I mean by pinch is pinching off the whole entire flower stem of the petunia that has died. You know, it's lived its life and it's now about to fall off the plant. You just want to get it off the plant as soon as possible so that the plant knows that it's not done flowering. It still needs to produce flowers, because when you don't prune the spent flowers, they will start to get little seed pods, and you do not want those, because the flower is going to think that it has done its job and that it is producing seeds now, and then it will not produce as many flowers as you would like. So I need to give you guys another example. I've been pruning this plant a lot because I was just trying to make sure that, you know, this was going to work, and it is. So I don't have a bunch of seed pods, but I will show you what one looks like. Let's see if I can find one. Okay, so I found one. Let me bring you guys up and in. Okay, so once a flower has finished its life cycle and it looks like this part will fall off, and there will be a seed pod that looks like this in the inside. You see that little pod inside of there? That will give you seeds, but you don't want that. We want more flowers, okay? So you do not want this. You want to actually pinch this whole stem off, just like this. Pinch it off, and the whole stem you want gone. Okay, you don't want any seed pods. And that will tell your flower that it needs to keep producing more flowers because the seeds are not dropping. You're pinching them off. Okay, so this will turn into a seed pod. So we're gonna go ahead and pinch that whole stem off. Get it off the plant. You do not want this. Okay. See if I got another one here. Pinch off this entire stem and get it off the plant because that's going to produce more seed. We do not want more seed, we want more flowers. These are new flowers that are about to bloom, so we'll leave those. This one is going to go anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and pinch it. Okay, and that's gone. See any more? Let's see. I have been keeping up with this flower daily with these flowers because I was doing an experiment, but it's already showing me that this is what you need to do to get an explosion of blooms. Here is another spent bloom. We're just going to pinch it. Some people will just try to pull this flower off, and you don't want to do that because that will leave behind this whole stem and it will produce seeds. So you need to get the stem off. That's why it's so important. I also like to pinch off any leaves that look like they are diseased or might be getting attacked by bugs. I'll just pinch those off as well. It's not many, so it shouldn't harm the plant. With my upkeep for today. If you want a beautiful blooming petunia plant, you want to upkeep it maybe every 2 to 3 days and make sure that everything is nice and fresh and that you're cleaning up all the leaves and the dead flowers so that it can keep producing all summer. I've got my basil tea here. This is so good. This is purple basil and the regular basil mixed together. It's a purple basil tea. I'll be doing a basil tea video. I'll do a basil harvest and a basil tea video coming up soon. This is so good. It just tastes like the garden. It tastes like it smells, and it just is so refreshing. It's so good. I'm gonna be drinking this all summer long. But that wraps it up for this video. I hope that this was helpful. If you have any questions, leave them down in the comments below. If you like this video, make sure to give me a big thumbs up and consider subscribing because I have plenty of gardening tips and gardening updates coming your way. I'm doing a lot of stuff in the garden this season and next season, and I don't want you to miss it. So make sure that you subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.